searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical.
Welcome back, guys and gals, Critical here. Today I'm bringing you a build guide for last Epoch on my Leader of the Pack build. Alright, I've been working on this and I've tried a couple things out. There's a new demo came out in the middle of me working on this, 4.9.7. And a couple things have changed. They've buffed the wolves and the bears. I guess the bears last longer and the wolves attack faster. And that's what we're going for. We're going for a fast attack. And I've done something really different with this build, and I'll show you what I mean. But first off, our primary ability, one of the ways that we get a lot of our damage is going to be with Fury Leap. Now, initially I went down to Pack Leader. I mean, come on, Leader of the Pack, Pack Leader, goes without saying. Summon Wolves Leap with you. FYI, if you are using this ability and you have Serpent Strike and you summon a serpent, the snake jumps with you too. Just a good point. I also took Crushing Impact and 25% increased stun chance per point, which is nice. The Regen Stamina, 20% chance per point for any kill, and I mean any kill, to reset your Fury Leap's cooldown. Very important. And then Acrobatics for one additional maximum charge of Fury Leap, which is really nice. Then I went ahead and went up into the lightning area to get lightning. So basically I am farting lightning bolts as I jump over enemies. Awesome fun. Lightning's gonna mean a lot in this build. You see what I'm talking about here in just a moment. My wolves. Now the first thing with wolves, I always like to give wolves some extra health. They're kind of squishy. They can do a lot of damage, but they get taken out pretty quickly. So I go ahead and put 3 points here, 2 points into Wolfen Recovery so that they can regen health faster, and then Canine Agility so they give them some additional dodge. Now dodge is a very big thing in this build. Me and my wolves are going to be right there in the middle, in the thick of things with the enemy. So being able to dodge out of the way and avoid the damage instead of soaking the damage is very important. I went ahead and what the hell is it to have a Leader of the Pack unless you have a pack? So I doubled up and I've got 3 wolves that I can summon. I then took On the Hunt, and some people go for like Mauling Pack, but that's like melee damage only. All right, 25% more melee damage, and it does multiply with other bonuses, which is nice. But I prefer Savage Hunters, deals 20% more damage per point. That's 20% more damage across the board. Across the board. Lightning, hello, and Attuned Wolves. So they're doing 30% more lightning damage per point, and it multiplies. Boys and girls, plus 30% here, plus 20% there. Yeah, my wolves, you know, they hurt. They can do a lot of damage. The wolves are awesome. Now, my main attacking ability besides Fury Leap is that when I land and I don't have any more charges to keep leaping, is I swipe. Now, for swipe for me, I took 2 points into Shattering Strikes so that I can shatter or break down 20% chance per point to shred 40 armor. Basically, what that means is I rend their armor, I damage their armor, they'll take more damage, which, you know, and your enemy taking more damage, amazing. And once again, I am the Leader of the Pack, so I obviously had to go to Wild Calling. And this one's pretty cool because these are like spirit wolves that pass through your enemies, and they kind of go out in a 3-way fork, and they pass through all your enemies. And the damage dealt by the spirit wolf scales with melee damage and minion damage. I'll be pointing that out. I took another node just to support Wild Calling. Frenzy, so that I attack faster. Battle Howl, so increase damage for 4 seconds when I hit with a swipe. Savagery, 5% increased critical strike chance because I want to crit a lot with this build. 3 points into that, and then I dumped 5 points in ferocity for 50 plus 50% to critical strike multiplier per point. Very nice to have. I get some massive I mean, not as big as some people have gotten, you know, they're shown on the Discord, but I'm not building for one particular damage type or one particular, I'm not even building for the arena, guys. I'm building for playing the game. And this build handles the game really well. Now, for Entangling Roots, I'm barely into this. I only have 12 points into it. But I opted to go for the Grove Master. 33% or 30% increase area per point. I put 2 points into that. Then I immediately went down to the healing node, and then I've taken some fleeting grove, and I'm going to pump points into that. It reduces the duration by 15%, but increases the mana efficiency by 30%. So it's worth to take a few points into that. And then I took imbued sap, because that makes all the minions within all of myself and my minions inside the Entangling Roots do 100% more damage. 25% per point, 4 points, 100% more damage. I just doubled my damage, boys and girls. That's awesome. Now, when I do get into the 20s, I will take the lasting. I want to pump this so that it lasts longer. So I'll make it so I can cast bigger Entangling Roots that cost less mana, doubles my overall damage for myself and my minions, and then make them last as long as possible. That's the plan. Now let's talk our passive grid. Now I almost always go down Axis of the Wild. Most tunes that I build, you'll notice I always go down the blue one, because it's usually giving us attack speed, movement speed, damage. You know, it's that oomph, you know, the glass cannon thing. And then I like to put a few points into each one. Now this, I kind of went this way down the Axis of Rituals, so I could open up Relentless, because it adds health, dodge rating, and tenacity. Once again, I'm going to be in the thick of things. I want to make sure I survive. I took Fist of Stone, 25% increased physical damage per point. Increasing my physical damage increases the Spirit Wolf's physical damage. Aha. Savage Pack. You, awesome, and your minions gain 10% increased attack speed per point. I want to attack fast as possible. My swipe casts really well. All right, and the Spirit Wolves look really awesome. This neat lightning effect. And one of my viewers asked me to kill the effing crow, so I came to the only place in the game where it's actually silent, in the lair with the boss dead. So we can sit in here and you guys don't have to listen to the crow constantly. So there's my leap. Now I'm not casting lightning out because there's nothing to cast lightning at. My swipe, I haven't hit anything and it's already that fast. When I hit something, it's like dit, 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 and those Spirit Wolves are just flying. It is awesome. My I like using the flanking strike. It does a good amount of damage, but it's also a good movement speed, so I can jump in, cast some vines, and shoot out, get away from them, and let the vines do their job. Vines slow and do damage, so it's a nice mixture. Now on the gear, the gear was the hardest part on this build, because I was trying a couple things to buff my melee damage and stuff like that, but I found that I liked the lightning. So what did I do? Well, I started messing around with the circlets. This is a mage item because it buffs spell damage. Now all the stuff that's on it is buffing minion, potion refill. It's the best one I could get, and dodge rating. You're gonna see a lot of dodge rating, okay? But the 22% spell damage, it affects the lightning damage that I'm farting out when I jump over enemies. Awesome. All right, I got this amulet because, hey, attack speed, cast speed, awesome. I'm hitting faster, and and most things hitting harder. I have +3 dexterity, and it did fracture. I was going for +5. I didn't get up there. My shock effect is pretty nice, and once again, dodge rating. My ancient blade, all right, it already has melee physical damage, melee attack speed again, I know, tell me about it. 40% melee crit strike multiplier. Oh, awesome. 11% attack speed is on the item, and it hasn't fractured yet, so I can still add to it. 31% lightning damage, 20% minion damage, and 13% of melee damage is leached as health. So those huge crits I was telling you about, I've seen like 600, sometimes 800 if I get lucky. That's a good amount of health coming back into me, keeping me alive. Now, I don't want a ruby ring. I really wanted the lightning ring, but I just didn't get lucky. And this one is kind of just a jack of all. 49% physical damage from my minions, 19% elemental damage overall, 31 plus 31 elemental protection, and a huge, well, not huge, but a big plus 30%, 36% minion damage. Now that's a flat damage. That doesn't mean melee damage only. That's my lightning damage as well from my lightning wolves. Now the sash already has 1 agility on it. I was really happy to get that sash. My belt, basically. Minion health, damage over time, and I don't do so much damage over time, unfortunately. Elemental protection, which is nice, and tenacity. Now this ring, I got lucky. A movement speed, which you guys know I love my movement speed. 77% lightning damage on that ring. Very nice. 38% minion health regen, lightning protection, which is good, and cold protection. I've got two big elemental protections right there, and then an overall elemental protection here. Now these gloves, I jumped on these when I got my chance at them. 109 minion damage rating. All right, that's huge. My wolves almost never die now. 4% cast speed, nice. Some more dodge rating. Like I said, dodge is big. 12% elemental protection. And then on my boots, of course, they fractured. I was trying to get better movement speed, and but minion, health regen, minion dodge rating again, another big plus on there, health regen, and then of course movement speed. And now movement speed, you can only get that on boots. You can't get that on the ancient tomes anymore. So boots with movement speed have become a hot commodity in my opinion. Now I fractured the tome, but 27% critical strike, 26% damage over time, 46% minion damage. Flat minion damage, meaning my lightning damage from my wolves has got a buff, and then 112 plus on my lightning protection. So all together, what does that do? Well, I've got 2 strength, which is nice, 3 dexterity, which gives me 25% increased critical strike chance per point, and 25 dodge rating per point. Now my big one is critical strike multiplier, 200%. Increased lightning damage, 119%. Increased minion damage. My minion damage is doubled, 107%. All right, those are huge numbers. It really helps this build. Increased shock effect at 45%, which is also nice. I don't shock very often, but when I do it with style. Once again, this is not an arena build. This is not a build that's going to own the arena. If you want an arena build, you want to go totems. Minion damage and totems, in my opinion, is the best. But we are going to go and play around a little bit with this build. I'll show you what it can do. Let's run the ruins. The ruins can be fun. Leap. As long as stuff is dying, I'm constantly leaping. When I can't leap, then I attack with my swipe. If I get in a little bit of trouble, I throw down my Entangling roots and I GTFO. I let the roots do some damage and give me a few seconds to collect myself and get ready for the next assault. And that is how I play this build. I jump in, do what I can for damage. If I get Oh, now I'm out of power. Look at those spirit wolves. Look how fast I'm attacking. 513 crit. 497 crit. I could probably get a better weapon, but for right now, it's pretty good. Oh, lightning damage. I want lightning damage so I can pull the shards out. Might as well use my movement ability while I can. And I can keep using it. It's so nice. What's really nice, those guys jump in, let my lightning usually kills them. Just me jumping over them with, you know, farting lightning down on top of them typically kills them. And then I can jump away and not take the damage hit for their explosion, which is awesome. Now, knowing how those guys like to jump, get on top of me, I'll usually jump in, drop a Entangling Roots, and then zoom away real quick. See, 129 crit from my lightning. It's just nice. It's just so nice. My last node. I could do Claws of Stone. You know, I think I will. This tree's pretty buffed. 10% increased attack speed. Increased attack speed and cast speed per point. No, I'll take the attack speed. Anytime I can get more attack speed, it's nice. Because that way I'm attacking more often, and I'm putting more spirit wolves out. So if I get close enough to anything, and I hit it with my swipe, it's usually dead. The swipe pretty much takes out everything that I face. But like I said, I like using the leap. When it's available, I leap for joy. Oh, didn't finish him off. That did, though. Now the big guy over here, I like to do a couple vines there and then move away. Now they're slow, they're taking damage from the vines. There's not much else that they can do other than this basically sit there and die. It's almost not fair. I mean, I am a level 41 character in a low level area. I understand that. Bingo, bango. Everybody takes damage. You see, I'm not hurting. I can stand right there with them and let them hit me. And as long as I'm hitting them, I'm getting enough of my health back off my regen, which is awesome. I mean, I'm purposely going to try to let them do some damage to me. I'll show you what I mean. Come on, hit me, hit me. All right. First hit or two, I get it all back. So I'm self-sufficient. I mean, this build possibly could do the arena decently. I think I'd run some better armor and better resistances first, but theoretically, it could. Using all the movement abilities that I have. I love the sound of the Fury Leap. Boom, 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 boom. Could call it a boom boom build, but I've already done one of those before on a different game. Don't want to keep using the same name over and over and over again. People will get bored with that. Jump in. Now, one thing that I have noticed is if there's barrels in the area, any barrel that you break will reset your Fury Leap, which is nice. Now, this guy, I know I'm gonna run out, so drop all those on him. You can see my wolves are taking almost no damage from this guy. That's why I ran away. Well, the wolves are hardly ever. Let's go. Wolf, get there. Look, they only take 12 damage. they have pretty good resistances. Shattering stones, I definitely want to pick those up. Not a good amount of them, but... Oops, I'm full. Let's try the arena a little bit. Let's see what happens in the arena. Remember, I said I don't make arena builds, but we got to see what happens. Oh yeah, this is a good test for me. Well, that didn't last long, but it was a good test. That a bigger guy came in. That was just like not fair. Now I could use this as a main attack ability in here and probably survive. Oh, lightning, lightning, lightning. Lightning guys are nasty. Now my wolves are dying. Like I said, I don't make arena builds. If I was making an arena build right here, it would be strictly a totem build. My Thornmaster build would work perfectly in here. Need to get a wolf out. Yeah, see, I'm running out of mana. Alright, that's better. Leap. If I can get close enough to actually swipe, the hard stuff isn't so hard. It's when they get their chance to turn an attack on me. That's usually where I'm taking the big bad damage. Uh-oh! Moment of silence. Buddy, you don't know what you're dealing with. Zoom out. Can't hurt me. See, I'm tanking them. Don't have my wolves, but I'm tanking them all right as long as I'm hidden. The mortar stuff I probably should have known not to do. I was being an idiot. Oh, it's cool that those void laser beams coming down from the sky will break open the barrels for me. I never saw them do that before. All right. Yes, I know I've got a lot of shattering stones. You don't have to show the world. Look through this stuff later. Let's try one more wave, and we'll probably call it a video. I like how they added the stash in here. That's a nice touch from the developers. All right, I choose you. Look at all those crits. Crit City. Oh, get out. I mean, it's just, now if I can actually, I haven't gotten any, I had one unique drop. There's a few uniques out there that give you some nice like ward and stuff for crits. If I can get some nice abilities, you know, some nice equipment like that, oh, this is a nice crit build for that. But I haven't gotten lucky, and I haven't seen any really good uniques yet. But that's okay, because I prefer making builds that don't rely only on uniques, that are self-sufficient without, you know, RNG on your side. I just critted every one of those mobs. All 4 of them, each one got critted. Like I said, I'm not doing big crits, but every mob is getting critted. Zoom in. Hope we get close enough to take him out before he does too much damage. These wolves that come out, ooh, they are nasty. I lied, we're gonna do one more wave, because this actually isn't going too bad. There's some bigger numbers. 632. I saw 773. Die already. Let's get another wolf out. Oh, they're gonna blow. I was trying to get away, but I couldn't. I saw the danger, but I did not move quick enough. Jump from one group, get him with a couple swipes, jump back to the next group, and just go back and forth bouncing. Oh! Worm! Must kill the worm. That worm's poison is nasty, and so is that lightning. There we go. Zoom in behind him real. Whoa, 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 whoa. Poison. Poison nasty. Go, my minions, go. Ooh. Alright. Well, like I said, it's not a perfect arena build, but it is a really fun build to play. I hope you guys try it out. I've been Critical. This has been the leader of the pack build guide for Last Epoch. I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. If you have, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.